all of you on the special boot camp being organized every Saturday of 3 hours, where we will be covering the basics of HTML, the basics of CSS, and the basics of JavaScript. And this activity we are doing since last year, and I hope you all will enjoy the same. So let us wait for some time so that more people will join, and then we will start with our basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I hope. Okay. Please join fast so that we'll start after some time. Yeah, hello Aruna. Sorry. Hello Arun. Sorry, hello Arun. I hope my voice is clear and my screen is also audible to all of you. My screen, you can also see my screen also. So let us wait for some time so that people will join. And okay, one more thing. There will be a participation certificate for all of you who join the session and attend the session completely. We will be sharing the certificate. We will be sharing the attendance link in the live YouTube chat. So please fill it. Yeah, hi Kabra ji. So you have to fill it, and based on your participation, you will get the certificate on your mail ID maximum by Sunday end of the day. नमस्ते भारत जी, नमस्ते, कैसे हैं आप? So guys, please like the video also, because this is only for your betterment, and it will actually reach to the right number of people who are looking for such type of content. So your likes will actually help YouTube and the other needy peoples. मैं भी ठीक हूँ भारत जी, मैं भी ठीक हूँ, आई एम ऑल्सो फाइन. सो आई होप माय वॉइस इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. प्रशांत यादव जी, हेलो महेश. Let some more people will add, then we will start. Okay, the session will be of 3 hours, and in this 3 hour session there will be a 2 participation certificate. So first one will be shared around I can say 4 p.m. and second one will be around 6 p.m. So okay, hello all of you, yeah, hello all of you. And yes, one more thing. Um, okay. Okay, good to see you all here. And I hope you all are in our WhatsApp groups also. In case someone is not, let me share the WhatsApp group link. Sir, are you doing a recording of this? Yes, recording is there. You can check anytime in the YouTube with the same link. Good afternoon. And you can also join the WhatsApp group with this. So you can also join the WhatsApp group with this link. How would that certificate help us? Certificate will be an add-on to your resume, to your knowledge, irrespective of a hard copy or a physical copy or a email copy. It will add to your knowledge. Okay. So okay, recording will be there. Yes, I replied. Okay, so in case you are not on the WhatsApp group, please join so that it will help you a lot. Okay, nice to see like 13 people are here. So, shall we start with, or we have to wait for some more time so that some more people will join? Right. So, 1 second. Okay, 1 minute. So let me have the setup ready so that we will start in some couple of seconds. Okay, rest is good. I hope you all do carry a LinkedIn profile. Okay, and where you will take attendance. The attendance will be in a form of a Google form. That form will be shared here in the live YouTube chat, and you need to fill it. It's very simple. Okay, okay. Yeah, sir, you can start. Kabraji will wait for another 5 minutes. People are joining. Okay. Where will you take attendance? I replied. I already replied. Okay. We'll start. We'll start in some time. Maximum in 5 minutes. We will start. So while the meantime, let's have some discussions. So I hope you all carry a LinkedIn profile, and that LinkedIn profile is keep adding connections, because every week you get to have a limit of 50 connections you can add, and that LinkedIn profile will actually help you a lot when you do something. Post paste on a LinkedIn profile, put on a LinkedIn profile, so that people will get to have the idea that what you are doing currently. Hi, will I get the record class? The recording is there in the YouTube with the same link which you have joined. So you can view or you can watch later on also. It will be there in the YouTube only. Okay. The same link is available. But the chat section, the live chat section may get disabled for some period of time. But after some time, maybe 6 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours or maximum 24 hours, it will get enabled once again. Yes, sir, we have LinkedIn profile and it's very helpful for education. Yes, Mr. Bharat, you are absolutely correct. In case you people don't carry your LinkedIn profile, please do create it. Start building your LinkedIn profile, because this LinkedIn profile will help you a lot when you are from an IT background or you are looking for your career in IT, especially in web development. Or let's combine the entire thing in a nutshell. Let's say in a software industry or in IT, this LinkedIn profile will help you a lot, because this LinkedIn profile will show others that what knowledge you carry, how many sessions you have attended, how many webinars you have attended, how many things you have, how many knowledge you have, what all projects you have completed, what all projects, what you are learning, what certifications you carry, what your educations you have, because it will help you a lot. So in case those who not have created their LinkedIn profile and are from engineering background are looking their career in an IT industry, please do prepare that, because it will actually help you a lot. And start adding connections. Start adding connections of your interest, of your stream, because every week you get to have the authority, the right to add 50 people. You can send invitations. I can say from 50, let's say half, 25 will accept your connections, and then you will keep growing your LinkedIn profile. So once you are above 5,000 or 10,000 connections, your LinkedIn profile will or actually builds a strong profile. So do work on that. And okay, so let me tell you one thing. Today here we will be covering only the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Only the basics part, not the deep one. And sir, I'm also doing recording. I'm also doing recording and I have recorded on it. It's your choice, Bharat. In case you do or you do not do, that depends. But it is there on the YouTube. If in case you are doing, that's good. In case you don't know, you don't do it, that is also fine, because anyways it will be there in the YouTube only, so you can watch anytime. That's good. So in case anyone have any questions related to anything related to career like that, so they can ask. And do like the content, my dear friends. Likes are very important, because as I've told you, it will reach to the right number of people who are looking their career in web development or in IT. Nice session. Thanks, Wali. Thanks. How to run in web development? Prashant Yadav ji, I didn't get your question here. In case you please reply, you please write once again, or please elaborate. Now, can you share WhatsApp group link? I have shared the WhatsApp group link, but for you, Sainath, this is the link. Just click it and join it. WhatsApp group link is there. Okay, just click the group link and you can join it. Because we every week means from Monday to Friday, we have some sessions. Previous week was from CSS beginners to advanced, and next week maybe we will start with the JavaScript, complete JavaScript, including DOM and ES6. And after next week, we have something on Bootstrap, and then we have some on React. So every week we have something different, so that you people will have the updates only in the only in the WhatsApp group only. Sir, your introduction, please. Okay, okay. So my name is Mausam Mishra. I'm a part of TWD. TWD is our company who are working in the web development field. I have 17 years of experience in different industries, and currently I'm associated with TWD. So that is my single tool and introduction. And how do JS help in JS JavaScript? JavaScript is the main bone of web development. It actually JavaScript is everything these days. Even in front end, even in back end, JavaScript is each and everything is JavaScript. So JavaScript, if you know JavaScript and if you have command on JavaScript, nobody will stop you. So that is enough for you to understand that how important is JavaScript. So we are covering only the basics of JavaScript because time is also a constraint. And but maybe from Monday, I'm not sure. That depends on that is on our calendar. Maybe from Monday, JavaScript class will start. That will be completely free, of around 1 hour to 1.5 hour maximum, from 8:30 or 8 o'clock in the evening. So I hope the time is convenient to all of you. Is web development difficult? It is not difficult. If you practice it, it is nothing is difficult if you keep practicing it, because practice makes a man perfect, and everything is difficult in the start, but once you keep doing it, things will become easy. Okay, so if you know it, start practicing it. And if someone has told you that it is difficult, so you guys, is it difficult because it is a logical based thing. And Prashant Yadav, JS help in this of you web. प्रशांत यादव जी, आप हिंदी में भी लिख सकते हैं, अगर आपकी इंग्लिश में नहीं समझ पा रहा हूं तो यू कैन राइट इन हिंदी ऑल्सो. आई एम वेरी मच कॉन्फिडेंट इन हिंदी ऑल्सो. सो नाउ इट्स द टाइम टू स्टार्ट. ओके, लाइक सबने कर दिया होगा भैया, लाइक कर दो सब लोग बिल्कुल भर भर के. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ HTML. सो what is an HTML? So HTML. So today I will be covering HTML and CSS, and my colleague Hari will take you through JavaScript. Okay. So what is a HTML? HTML, okay, and one more thing. In HTML, we will complete, I can say, the entire thing which is in practice in day-to-day life. When you are into a live environment, what all things we are covering, you will get to have a hands-on also. So, how many months is required to team web development? My dear friends, it takes around 6 months to start from HTML till React, Redux, Node, and another 6 months for you to do projects. So take a span of 1 year. 1 year is more than enough for you to become a web developer. But again, I'm telling you, what you do, post on LinkedIn so that people will get to have. Do projects, and do projects. Okay. Phone is getting hang. So do restart your phone, yaar. Sorry, sir. While writing phone, okay. How okay, in which platform are you starting JavaScript? JavaScript we are using in VS Code only and in YouTube. This channel. Okay, so now I will not be able to see the live chat, but yes, will come again in some couple of after some couple of minutes. So I will not be able to see the live chat now. Hi SK. Hi SK. Okay, so let us start with JavaScript. After some time, I will see the live chat because it will distract the session. So what is HTML? HTML is basically a markup language. Okay, markup language. What is the markup language? Markup language is a language that contains some tags. Tags means an open tag, closed tag, and some content. So HTML is a markup language and it is not a programming language. Okay, and HTML is the main building block of any website. Now, what is the full form of HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is actually not a programming language, but a markup language for creating web pages. Okay, it is not a programming language, but a markup language for creating web pages, and it does not have any logic like a programming language. HTML does not carry any logic. It is only a markup language. Now, HTML is the main building block of the web. Okay, you can prepare a complete website with the help of HTML. You can prepare a complete website with the help of HTML. You can prepare complete website with the help of HTML, CSS also. You can prepare complete website with the help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript also. So using all of the three or using any of the three, you can prepare a website. Okay, but the HTML website looks very ugly these days. So after this, what? Okay, so after this, where to write HTML? Okay, when you are using HTML, so where to write it? So okay, so for this, we have to use the VS Code. Okay, so VS Code is a Visual Studio Code, which is a light code editor. Okay, this code editor helps you to write. Okay, okay, in VS Code you can write HTML, you can write CSS, you can write JavaScript, you can write React. So it is a light code editor which helps you to do the HTML. Okay, so here with the right on the Google, the download VS Code. So here you can have the download links based on your system configuration. You can download it. Okay, it will take around 1 minute for you to download and install, and after that, once you download it, you will show an icon like this, and you need to have the first page will look like that. ओके, अरे HRBR बताएंगे भाई, बताएंगे HRBR. Phone is getting है. Okay, which project today we will done? Which project? So we will be only doing complete discussing the basics, not project. HRBR बताएंगे आपको. ओके, टाइटल टैग भी बताया जाएगा. It's only used for body structure. Okay sir, sir, which project today you will done? Today no project, only the discussions on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript basics. Projects, projects. We also do the live projects also on HTML, CSS, and JavaScripts, but that depends on schedule. So this month we don't have any schedule, but yes, we will come. And in okay, it depends here. It depends on schedule. So we do HTML project, we do CSS project, we do JavaScript projects. But it is another based on the schedule. Okay. So after this will be the screen when you download the VS Code. Okay. Now here, let us create the first file. So we will create the folder name as HTML. Just simply drag and drop. Okay. So this you have created a folder and you have added in your VS Code. Now let us create our first file, index.html. Our first HTML file. This is the first HTML file which we have created. The extension of this file will always be .html and the name will be index. And one more thing, you can create the file name with the help with any file name, but yeah, good afternoon, all of you. But .html needs to be there because it shows that this file is an HTML file. Now, after this, let us write our first structure. So, not and tab. Okay, not and tab. It will create the first structure. So here, what is this all about? So this doc type. So this doc type represents that we are using HTML version 5, and after that doc type we have a HTML tag. You can see this is the start tag, this is the end tag, and in this start tag and end tag you can see there is no logic because it is not a programming language. Now in this HTML tag we have lang means language, language means English, and after that we have a head contains of the meta tag. Now what is this meta tag? Meta tag is actually used by the digital marketing people to place their keywords inside this tag. And when you people search on Google about anything which contains these keywords or these search words, so you will get that page in the front or on your front page of the Google search. But these days it is not being used a lot because Google have stopped putting these kind of keywords in the meta tag. Now after this meta tag, we have this title tag. This title tag contains the document thing, which is actually the name of your web page. So let us have the name of the web page as HTML. Let's save it and where the file. Okay. Let me open this in Chrome. So you can see, because by default my browser is Safari, and I will use this in the, I will run this in Chrome browser. Okay, so the entire setup will be like that. Okay, fine. Now, okay, ending should HTML. Yes, Prashant. .html should always be there because it represents a file with the, it represents a HTML file. Similarly, you have an Excel file which have the extension as .xls or .xlsx. So it is the same one and the same thing. Now, one more thing which is very important here, that this is the head tag, this is the body tag. So whatsoever code you will write, you need to write in this body tag. Inside this body tag, you need to write each and everything. Now let us start the first thing, which in the HTML, which is called as the header tag. So what is a header tag? So header tag, let us start with h1, one second, h2, from h5, h1 to h6. Now let us have the heading 1, heading 5, heading 6. So we have the heading from h1 to h6. Now here it is not coming, so you need to reload this page. So here if you see, 1 minute. Can you design and style whole page without using CSS? Is it possible? ASCII, if it is possible, do please let me know also. I am Prashant. I am in 12th, but in 9th I had full course, but after my PC got problem. So okay, so in case you have left it, still you have to have the knowledge and you will remember what is there. Okay, so no need to worry. You can do the refreshment anytime. Okay, now after that, let us see. Okay, so here we have from h1 to h6, but in this h1 to h6, okay, we have the content here as heading 1. Now here this h1 is the start tag, this last one is the end tag, and between this start tag and the end tag we have the content. So this is the tags. Now after this, if you see here, we have the values of heading tag is from h1 to h6. So from h1 to h6, if you can see, we have the highest number of font will be in the h1 and the smallest will be in the h6. So this will be an interview question, that what are the values of h1? So there are 6 values. And let us see the next tag in the HTML, which is called as the paragraph tag. So in this paragraph tag, paragraph as the name says, paragraph means a paragraph kind of a thing. So let us have something in here. We'll use a lorem. What is a lorem kind of thing? So in this lorem kind of a thing, okay, we need to have, okay, we need to have a dummy paragraph. With the lorem, you can get to have a dummy paragraph. Why this dummy paragraph? Because because from, I can say, 1800s, 80s or 1880s, I remember when printing press has been evolved. So in order to check the quality, or in order to check the quality of the ink, the quality of the font, the quality of the paper, this dummy paragraph is being used. Okay, and in this dummy paragraph, the printing press people will check the quality of the ink, the quality of the paper, the quality of the font, and the quality of the output, how it is coming. So this is from that time, this thing is still coming and it still is in use. Now let us see some magic of lorem. So if in case I want small content, so I can write lorem of 10. And if I want large content, I can write 100. I can have the large content. Similarly, it works like that. Now, there is a problem because every time I need to write the code here and need to do the refresh here. So this is actually a serious problem. Every time I can't do it. So in order to overcome this particular thing, a extension, or I can say VS Code extension is there, which is called as live server. Live server. So you can have this extension in your VS Code. So I have already installed it, so it will not allow me to install. So you need to install it, and please remember the owner is Ritvik Day. Okay, so let us see the magic now. Now let me close this thing and I open this with the also open with live server. So what this live server will do? So one second. This live server will make my web page live. So now see, let me remove this, and as soon as I save it, see, by default it's get changed here and I do not need to do the reload or refresh kind of a thing. So that is the beauty of live server. Okay, now after this thing, let us see the next thing in HTML, which is called as the, what is next? For paragraph tag, let us see some, one second. Okay, so let us see something different, which is called as the inline and block level element. So what is the inline and block level element? Inline, as the name says, inline means in the same line. And block level means one above the another or one below the another. Okay, so that is the beauty of inline and block. Now you can also correlate the meaning of the terminologies or the words with their natural behavior also. Okay, inline means in the same line. In the same line means one side by side, I can say. So what are inline and what are block level elements? So inline elements are those elements which does not use the width of. So okay, so let us have example. So here let me have a anchor tag and we'll have a another anchor tag. So here if, okay, so let me have the, okay, so p on slash, and here I can have outlook. So here let me have outlook. Okay, so I have added two anchor tags. If you see here, these anchor tags are written in a different line. which is I can say one below the another. But if you see the output, it is side by side. So that is an example of inline. Even if you write in the VS Code one below the another, it will come in a side by side position. Okay, so that is how the inline and block level element will work. Now, what is this anchor tag? So anchor tag have a click functionality inbuilt. If you click on this tag, you will be redirected to a new page or maybe onto the same page. So let us check this thing. See, as soon as I click the my current page will gets closed and I will be and the screen will be changed with the new page, which is called the unsplash. Now, if you see here, one second. If you see here, yeah, but if I click on Outlook, so you can see, 1 minute, let me open this on Chrome. Okay, so now see, if I click on Outlook, my current page will remains open. Okay, but if I click on Unsplash, my current page will remain closed. Why it is happening? Because here we have a anchor tag, but in this anchor tag we have a functionality where I can have the target equals to underscore blank. The target equals to underscore blank will make my current page to remain open, and the link what I have added will get redirected in a new tab. So this is the beauty of target equals to underscore blank. Now, Mahesh, you are absolutely correct, because the use of CSS is actually to make your page decorative, attractive. That is why CSS are required. We can prepare a complete web page with the help of HTML. Nothing is required. CSS is used to make your web page decorative, attractive, beautiful. And JavaScript, the use of JavaScript in that particular web page will be to add the functionality to create the login page, to authorize the users to log in. So that is the beauty of JavaScript, that is the beauty of CSS, and that is the beauty of HTML. Okay, so you can make with the help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In this case, websites are prepared with the help of all these things. Now, one more thing. Okay, so let us see the next thing. Let us have some. Okay, so let us have some. Okay, so let us have something which is called as the list. What is list? List are nothing but li. Li means li. Okay, so we have unordered list and we have ordered list. What is this ordered list and unordered list? So list will be inside the ordered list and unordered list. And one more thing, प्रशांत जी, हिंदी में भी बोल सकते हैं, बट प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आगे चल के आपको हर चीज इंग्लिश में ही आने वाली है. मीन्स जब आप कहीं जॉब करेंगे, इंटरव्यू देंगे, सब इंग्लिश में ही होना है. तो थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होगा आपको, बट यू नीड टू कोप अप. इन केस यू आर नॉट कन्वीनियंट विद इंग्लिश, we have our spoken English classes also for developers. Okay, you can visit the channel वी हैव आवर स्पोकन इंग्लिश क्लासेस भी रखते हैं हम डेवलपर्स के लिए, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे होते हैं जिनकी कोडिंग स्किल बहुत बढ़िया होती है बट कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं रहते क्योंकि इंग्लिश आती नहीं है। इंग्लिश आती नहीं है तो जवाब दे नहीं पाते, जवाब दे नहीं पाते तो ना नु करके रिजेक्ट हो जाते हैं। तो स्पोकन इंग्लिश की क्लास होती है हमारी, आप उसको देख सकते हैं। बिकॉज व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू प्रशांत, बिकॉज व्हेन यू वर्क समवेयर you will get everything in English, you will get codes in English, you will get the starter files in English, you will get everything in English, you will get the interviews in English, you will get reviews in English. So you need to face everything in English. So if you are in 12th or you are in first year, I don't know, you have mentioned in 12th, so you have enough time for you to cope up in English. Join some spoken English classes. We have also our spoken English classes, we have also our spoken English classes, paid classes also. So in the live, in the chat, in the WhatsApp group, you can ask, we will add you in the spoken English classes group also, so you can have a better platform there. Okay, so after this, let us see. Now, after this, let us see the next thing. Okay, so we are in the unordered list and ordered list. So let us have this in between. So here, if you see, you can see the difference between unordered and ordered list. So list दो तरीके से यूज होती है, ऑर्डर्ड लिस्ट और अनऑर्डर्ड लिस्ट. ओके, सो हियर इफ यू सी in the unordered list, you can see the output in the form of this dot, and in ordered list you can see the output in the form of this numbering pattern. So that is how you can use it. Okay, now if you remember in the web page, the what is the use of ordered list and unordered? In if you want to write something means you are creating a school web page and you want to write that what all facilities are available. So you can create this thing with the help of an unordered list very easily. Okay. Now this is how you can use ordered list and unordered list. Now after that, let us use some table tags. So what are table tags? So in case you want to create a table means name, age, email ID, and after that you can have the name, age, and email. So you can create that thing also with the help of HTML. So let us try to create that table tag. So for this, we have a tag which is called as a table because we are creating table. So everything will be placed inside a table tag. So the next thing in that table tag is a table head, and in this table head we have tr table row, and in this we have th. So here we will write the header name. Another thing what we are looking for is the age and email. Okay, so this is the main header what we are looking for. Now after this table head, we use the table body. Now this table body will start having the values. So we have the tr, and in this we have td. TD will contain the first thing which is called as awesome. Another I like to have @c.com. You can see that this is the table tag. And similarly, if you want another row, so you can have a copy paste. Another, you can go like that. Now, after this, one more thing. Let us see the next thing here in HTML. So the next thing, let us have the form tag. So the form tags are very important tags, and I request you all to please be attentive in the form tag. Now, what is this form tag? So I hope you all have visited so many sites, and every site contains some forms. So what are the forms? Forms may be in the form of a feedback form where you can have something related to the feedback of the web page. And so when body with color, sir, we give body with border. अरे भाई अपन करेंगे वो सीएसएस में, वो प्रशांत जी सीएसएस में करेंगे, वो बॉर्डर देंगे, बॉर्डर से 2px 3px सॉलिड ग्रीन कलर ब्लैक कलर के साथ से. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर दिस registration page, yes, we can do registration page, and we can have, but and also one more thing, in the registration page we can have the feedback page, we can have the login page, and we can have so many things in the in we can have so many things where we can have a form kind of a thing. So let us try to build some forms in the HTML, and using some input types where we can have the radio buttons, we can have the check boxes, we can have a drop downs. So let us try to build that. Okay, in information page, yes, information page, feedback हो गया, contact form हो गया, login page हो गया, registration page हो गया. There are so many things in a form. So let us try to build some. So let us have a form tag, and in this form we have the first thing as label, label for name, and in the label for name we have the next thing will be the input type. We have the text, and name will be for name. Okay, so you can see, but before this, then let's have a short understanding of BR. BR is for break rule. We have HR. HR is for horizontal rule. No. Similarly, we can have the next thing, which is for label for age. Input type will be number, because age will always be in number. Now, if you see, this thing comes line by line, but I have written this thing one below the another. Now, if I want to use this thing in a block level, what I do, I will put this thing in a div. So you can see things will come in a block level pattern. Now after this thing, let us have the next thing in the form only. So we have the next thing in the form, which is called as the message. Okay, so we have the label for message, and let us use a div. So when it will come in a block pattern, and in the label for you, we use a text area. So in this text area, we have the name as such. So, but okay. So we are not looking for this much rows and this much columns. So let us remove it. Simple text area will work out. Now after this text area, okay. Now after this text area, let us try to build a different kind of form. Okay. In this form, we have a label, and the label will be for favorite color. The label will be for favorite color. Okay. And after this thing, what we will see, we will have to have the select button. We will have to have one thing, the label for, and after this label, one second, let us use the select thing. And this select, we have the name for color, and here in this select we use the option, and in the option we have the value will be the right, and here we have the option as right, and the next thing what we will have as the, we have the red, and we will use green, orange, green, and we have here we will use orange. So we have the option value as red, green, and orange. Let us save it. And in the save functionality, what we will use, we can select this thing in this particular pattern. You can have red, you can have green, and you can have orange. Now, here if you see, in this select functionality, you can remember something where you can have the selection of your date. So you can have date also here. And in this thing, I can say, so let us have the next thing in the form. So we have the next thing in the form, which is called as next thing in the form. What is that? Well, we can have the checkbox. So you can have a box which have which you can have, which we can select multiple things here. So you can have a form where in that you can have a label, and in this label what you can do, you can have the header as what do you uh, okay, so what do you own, what do you own, so we can have this here by the side. So what we will do, let us have a BR. So in this BR, we can have what do you own, and in this label, let us have the next thing, which is called as the input type. And in this input type, we have to use this thing as input type of is checkbox. And this checkbox we have the name as vehicle one and sec. Okay. So what we will do, we will use the copy paste here. So copy Control V and Control D. So what do you own? Checkbox, vehicle 1, vehicle 2, vehicle 3, and the label. Okay. So the label, and okay, so what we will do, we will have the next thing also in the form of a label. But last thing what we will do, we will stop this thing here. Okay, so let us stop this thing here. And what do you own? So we will have, so let us see the output first. Okay, so here what do you own? So here we have the first thing is bike, input type checkbox. Okay, fine. Second thing we have as car. So let us save it. And third thing we have as CYCLE cycle. Okay. So we have now see the functionality. We can select all the thing. Okay. So this is how you can have the input type checkbox functionality where you can select all the thing. Okay. Where you can select all the thing. You can this, or all of the above. Now, after this input type checkbox, we can have the next thing as the input type as radio box. So, in this input type radio box, so what we will do, we will similarly replicate the same thing here, and we will do the changes where we can have the input type as radio, input type as radio, and input type as radio. Vehicle we will use. mm, Here we will use gender. We use the name as gender, gender, gender. Now we have the input type gender. The label will be for male. This will be for female, and this will be for other. So let us see the beauty now. So we have this. You can select male, you can select female, or you can select other. So here, with the help of this, you can select the any one thing. Now this is how you can have this thing here. So here you can select all of the above. You can see, you can select all of the above, or here you can select only one of the all. So this is how you can differentiate between this thing. Now, okay, so that you telling how the forms data stored in database, correct? No, I'm just telling that how you can create a form, how you can create forms. Okay. Now, database is a completely different thing. Here we are just working on the creation of form, not the storing of databases in the backend. Now, after this thing, let us see the next thing here, which is called as the button type. Okay. Now, after completion of all these things in the form, so we can have the next thing, or the last thing is the button. So in this button, after creating the form, so we have to submit this. So we can have the sub submit. So we have a button. So let us have this thing in the next line. We'll use br. So it will be in the last. So let us have another br. So we have the now first. So as soon as I write something here, so if I write HHH, age will be 33, message will be something dummy. I select the ease color, I select this thing, and I select this thing. So once I submit it, you can see everything will be pushed to the backend, and within the second, the current field will gets empty. So that is how you can create a form, and this submit button functionality will actually clear the fields and put and send all the things to the backend. Now, the last thing in the HTML will be the image tag. So let us see the image tag. So we can have to have an image for the image tag. So we will use this thing. Let us download it, and here show in folder. Okay, and but what we will do, we will have a image folder here. New folder, image, and in this image we will move it. So as soon as I create a image folder and I move the image in this folder, let us see what happened here. So a folder have created, image folder have created with the image inside that. Now you can see image, this is in a form of rectangle pattern, and here what we will do, let us try to have the image insertion. So let us close this form tag, and here we use img, and this img we will link the path, which is the image. So let me save it, and there is our, okay. So here is our image. So you can see this is our image, which is there in the page. Now in this image you can see something which is in the name of a alt. So what is this alt? So a alt is somewhat that when you carry hundreds of images in your page, and suddenly what happens that due to bad coverage or due to low internet connectivity, your page will not get opened. So this alt will help you to identify that which page contains what. So if you write something here in the alt, so let us say rain, because it is somewhat of a rain kind of image. And if I write, and if I have the incorrect path, so you can see here, 1 second, let me see this on the Chrome. 1 second, 1 second. There's a Chrome. Okay. So you can see, you can have this thing as rain. You can see this image kind of a thing, and you can have this as rain. So rain will tell you that here is an image which have the value in the alt as rain. Okay. So here let us correct it, and you can see the image back. So here you can have to have the things which you can able to identify that how many images you have in your web page, and with the help of alt you will get to have that how many images have loaded and how many have not. Now after this thing, let us see, sir, please, sir, how to link image with background property like background photo color. Linking of image in the background we will do within the CSS, where we can have the background image property and we will link it. There where it's stored after submitting, it will, the data what we have filled will get stored in the backend. Okay, it will get stored in the backend, and in the backend only we can have to have the thing where all thing will get saved in the backend. And one more thing I just want to tell you, one more thing, one thing. Please wait. A very important call. Okay, so I will share you the first attendance form 1 second. I will share you the first attendance form. 1 minute. Let me find it out where I have saved it. So 1 second. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. JavaScript is both for front end and for back end. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so let me share you the first attendance form. 1 second, just preparing the form in the form of a Google form so that you all will fill it. And what you all need to do is to 1 second, 1 second. One minute, just pasting it. Where is the Google form? Okay, copy the link and let me have the attendance first. Okay, this is the attendance link you all need to fill. So this is the attendance first which I have shared. So you all need to have this attendance. Please click on the form and let me do this also. 1 second. So here if you see, we have attendance form like that, and here you need to have your email address, your name, your YouTube username, okay, your Instagram ID, and your current non-IT IT professional what you all carry, and your LinkedIn profile. In case you didn't carry any of the thing, you need to have, you please write it as blank or I don't have, like that. Okay. Now if you see this form, okay, if you see this form, so you can have the functionality what you carry is with the help of JavaScript. So you can see here, if you see here, this kind of a error kind of a thing that will be here with the help of JavaScript. Okay. So this form you can create with the help of HTML, CSS, but the functionality here which throws an error that this is a required information will only be available with the help of JavaScript. Now. So this is a very simple form. You all need to fill it, and what I want to tell you that there will be two attendance form. Okay, different forms, and you need to fill both. So first I have shared. Second form will be shared, I can say, around in the middle of JavaScript, and it will be shared and it will be notified to all of you. So please fill the form right here, right now, and please reply with filled, or please reply with yes in the comment section, so that I will be rest assured that you all have filled it. This is a basic simple form, and please fill it. Okay, then only you will get the participation certificate. That participation certificate will only be sent to your mail ID. Okay, and from there only you will get to have the thing. And once we will send the participation certificate, we will reply or we will share in the WhatsApp group that the participation certificate has been sent. Please check your mail ID. What happens after the sending, after the completion, after the dispatch of participation certificate? What happens as many people will say that I didn't get the certificate, I have not received the certificate. Why it happens? Because you fill either one form or not the form, or what you mentioned your incorrect mail ID. So please keep a note. Okay. And yes, sir, Bharat, I have filled the form. Yeah, thanks, Bharat. You are a smart guy, I know. And one more thing, which language are good for web developer like HTML, CSS is, my dear friend, without JavaScript, it is, I can say, incomplete. Okay. So the basic structure of a web developer is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js. If you learn these four languages and if you have and if you practice it, things will be altogether different. Okay. So learn all these four languages, which is sufficient enough for you to become a web developer. But you need to have a full command on that. Now, let us see. Done. Okay, so can you teach JavaScript for absolute? JavaScript will be taken care by my colleague Hari. Okay, so you will see to have the basics after around 5 p.m. or 5:45, I guess. Okay, and so he will take you through the basics of JavaScript, and also maybe by Monday we will be having a series on JavaScript. Maybe. So if you are on the WhatsApp group, we will inform you that what is going on in the channel from the coming Monday. Okay. I can't see the attendance link and WhatsApp group in the chat. अरे attendance link ये है भाई. So let me, what I will show. Okay, see, I put it visible in the front of the screen. Sign up. Sir, can you see JavaScript class link of evening class? अरे इवनिंग क्लास नहीं है भाई, वो साथ में ही है. अभी मैंने HTML CSS लूंगा, उस पर JavaScript वाला बंदा JavaScript लेगा. ओके. और जो सीरीज स्टार्ट होगी उसका आपको ग्रुप में आ जाएगा कि कौन सी सीरीज कल से चालू हो रही है. So be there in the WhatsApp group. That's why I'm telling you that in case you are not in the WhatsApp group, please join the group so that you will have all the updates here. Okay. So one thing I just want to tell you, this is the attendance sheet which you all need to fill. It is a simple thing. So just fill it right here, right now, because then only we will be able to have the clarity at how many people have attended it and what is your current qualification. Okay. Now I hope you. Okay. So okay, sir, fill form. Okay, fine. So okay. Got it. So let us please fill it and please. So now I'm hiding the form. So okay. Now, so there will be two separate forms. There will be two separate forms. There is not, this will be not a common form. So there will be two separate forms. Okay. So first form I have already shared. Second form will be shared in the mid of a JavaScript class. Okay. So you need to fill both the form. Then only you will get the participant certificate, because what some people do, they will come in the mid, fill the form and just go. We don't want such kind of people. We want serious kind of people who are looking for their career in web development. Now, if you have filled, please confirm so that I will start with CSS now. Okay. So let me have the setup for CSS while the meantime you are filling up the form. So what I will do, let me close this, and here we'll create a new folder CSS, and here let me do one thing, let me close it, and we'll do the basic setup while the meantime you are creating the form. So here's the CSS file, and in this CSS file we have the basic setup ready. While the meantime you people are filling up the form. Now here is the setup. We have the CSS in the top, and what else is required? Okay, so this new, okay, find new vendors also more than seven. Let me open this with live server. And one second. copy. So we did the setup here, and I am ready with the basic setup of CSS. So I hope you all have filled the attendance form also by now. So this is the setup is now complete for the CSS. So okay. So I hope you all have filled. So let us start with CSS. So what is CSS? CSS is basically used to style the web page. Okay. So what HTML we have created, with the help of CSS, we will be able to style it. We will be able to decorate it. We will be able to make it attractive. Okay. So now let us do one thing. Okay. Let us start with CSS. So before starting the CSS, let me have some introduction of CSS. So CSS and HTML both are governed by W3 School, and in 1995 both are coming to production, and in 2015 a major upgrade has been happened in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, where HTML version 5, what we have learned just now, HTML version 5, CSS version 3 and JavaScript E6 has been introduced. It is being managed by W3 schools, and one very important thing is that it is again a property of W3 school, which is located in US. So okay, sir, it will be in the live chat. Okay, Abdul. Hi, Abdul. Abdul is here. So Abdul is also one of our colleague who is looking after each and everything. So welcome, Abdul. And one more thing, uh, in the CSS class, we will be talking only about the basics part. Okay. So this entire session will be only of basics and basics, not the deep one. Okay. So in 2015, a major upgrade has been happened in CSS, where CSS Flexbox and CSS Grid. So these again are the display properties of CSS. Irrespective of CSS float, CSS block, CSS Flexbox and CSS Grid are also in the picture. Now, after this thing, let us have the introduction part in the CSS. Okay. So what is a CSS? CSS is basically cascaded style sheet, which is used to decorate the web page. Okay. Now, one thing which I want to tell you, there are three ways in which you can add CSS. Okay. There are three ways. First one is inline, second one is internal, and the third one is external. Now, what is inline, internal, and external? So for this, let us have some demo. So in this, we have inline, internal, the last thing is external. So you can see there are three ways in which we can add CSS. Inline. So what is inline? Inline means in the same line. In the same line means in the same line means in the same line. There is nothing to elaborate what is inline. So in the same line you can add CSS. So how to add CSS in the same line? So we use the style thing. In the style, we have the property. Let us add the background color to aqua. So see, this aqua kind of color comes in the background in the inline pattern. Now, in the inline, okay, so now let us see the next thing, which is called as the internal. Internal, what is internal? Internal means internally we apply CSS, or we can add CSS. So how we will be adding the CSS internally? So in the internally this style tag we use here. So in the H2 we use background color of, let's say, something of FF00AA. So let me have, okay, this will be the hash. Okay, hash double F double zero. Okay, it is 0. You can see pinkish kind of color is there. And so this is the internal. In this internal CSS, you can see we can have this internal, we can apply this internal CSS directly to the HTML file. Okay, and the inline we apply directly to the HTML element. Now, what is external? So external means external. So externally we are adding CSS. So externally we are adding CSS means means we are creating somewhere CSS and we are linking those files separately. So let me have a separate file for CSS. We have sqle.css. So you need to maintain .css as an extension for a CSS file. And here, if you see, so let us apply this thing for H3. And here, let us apply again the background color in the form of RGB. And let us say the values of red, green, blue, 0. So we have it, but it is not getting added. So externally, we have created a file and we have applied the CSS, but there is no connection between the files. So for this to happen, we use a link tag. See, by as soon as we apply the link tag, both the files will get linked, and you can see that the connection I have established, and you can see the changes are applied in the HTML file. Now, some interview questions. So, in how many ways you can add CSS? So, there are 3 ways in which you can add CSS. Now, out of these 3 ways, which one is the most commonly used? Try to understand which one is the most commonly used. So, external is the most commonly used. Now, which one is the most powerful? Inline is the most powerful one. I joined the CrossFit and now only I see the chat. Pratap, you go to the live chat. Go to the live chat. There only you can see the WhatsApp group link and the attendance link. See the live chat, not the top chat. Okay. In the live chat, you can see the attendance link. Okay. Now, okay. So coming back to the topic, if you see here, the most powerful way of adding CSS is the inline one. Okay. And the most commonly used CSS is the external one. Now, now, let us have some more thing here. What we will have is, okay. So if you have noticed here, I have added background color here, background color here, and background color here also. Now, there's a difference. What difference is? I have simply write the name of the color here. Okay. Here I have used some hash kind of a thing, and here I have used some RGB kind of a thing. But altogether, all these three things are giving color. So if you see this kind of a color where I have written the name only. Okay. So here if you see, there are around 140 color names where you can simply write the name of the color. Okay. So there are around 140 color names which you can simply write, like red, green, blue, black, purple, orange. Okay. And and uh, and after this, okay, here if you see, I have added color in the form of, so we don't, sir, we need to give CSS property to body part of HTML. अरे भारत जी अभी बेसिक्स पे बात कर रहे हैं ना, बॉडी पे भी जाएंगे, बॉडी पे भी आएंगे. Okay. And here I have used some hash kind of a pattern. In this hash kind of pattern, I have used some hexadecimal format. If you are from engineering background or you have some technical qualifications or educations you have, so you can have learned about this hexadecimal number system. So what is this hexadecimal number system? In this hexadecimal number system, if you see, we can have a wide range of colors. Okay, so here double F stands for red color, double zero stands for green, and double A stands for blue. Okay, so again it contains the color in the form of a RGB pattern. Fine. Now if you see the next thing, where again I have added the background color in the form of a RGB. So here R stands for same red, green, and blue, and the range of red, green, and blue starts from 0 to 255. So I have taken up the entire thing here from, I took the 255 also, I took 0 also, and in between a simple thing I took 100 also. Now let me tell you one thing here. In all the three ways you can have colors. Now let us see some more thing. So let us see. Okay, so we can have the HTML color puts, and we can have here HTML color picker. So you can see in this HTML color picker, um, in this HTML color picker, you can select any color, and the HTML code, RGB code, and HSL code is here for reference. So simply just copy it, and if I paste it here, see here, if I paste it, this color has appeared here. See, this color and this color is same. Now in the next thing, now what is this HSL? HSL stands for, HSL is again a kind of a color. One second. Where H stands for hue. Hue contains the colors in the form of red, green, and blue. S contains for saturation. Saturation means the sharpness of the image. And L contains the lightness. Lightness means the brightness or the darkness. So here HSL contains the colors in all the three forms. Now you can see all these colors you can have. One second. See, as soon as I click on the color, the entire combination gets changed. So you can have the HSL color, the RGB color, and the hexadecimal color code. Now here the saturation part you can select, okay, and this is the lightness thing. Now after this thing you can see the RGB combination. Now what you do, just drag, so you can prepare any color. So if we have 0 0 and 0, you can see it is black. Now if we have 255 255 and 255, this is white. So it starts from 0 to 255, which is from black to white. Now using the combination of this thing, you can prepare any color of your pattern. Okay, so just copy it and paste it. See, this is how you can make color. Okay, so this is all about the HTML color system. Now these are the 140 color names. See, you can have the this one, this and this thing. Now you can have this thing. Okay, so you can have, just click on the color and you have your code ready. Similarly, you can have, so if I click on here or here or here, you can have shades also. Okay, so now let us go back to our VS Code. Now here, oh, what happened? Okay, so this is where we are. Now let us have something, a paragraphic kind of thing. So we have a paragraph, and in this we have a lorem of, let's say 30. Let me make it more. Control S. Now let us have, let us do one thing. Let us style this paragraph. So here we have a paragraph, and in this, what we do, let us have some font size. Let's say font size of 30 px. Okay. Now let us have some more basic font properties. So in the font size, what we will do, we will have some text decoration to underline, and we have text transform to uppercase. And also what we will do, we will have some letter spacing of say 0.5 em, word spacing of let's say 1.5 rem, and we have, after this letter spacing and word spacing, what else we can have? We can have a property is called as a line height of let's say 1.5 rem. Let me make it big, or let's say 0.5 rem, 5 point very high, let's say 3.5 rem. And what else we can have? Okay, so these, okay, so these are some basic font properties where we can have the font size. Font size is very simple. You all know what is font size. Okay, now after this font size, okay, after this font size, we have text decoration. Text decoration to underline. Underline means it's very simple. Entire content is underlined here. If you want to have something in your web page which you want to highlight that this is important, so you underline it. So this property which you can prepare with the, you can make it with the help of the text decoration thing. Now what is text transform? Text transform where entire content will gets changed in capital letters. Okay, now after this text transform, we have letter spacing. Letter spacing, simple as the name says, spaces between the letters. So here you can have the gaps between the letters. Similarly, we can have word spacing also. So word spacing means spaces between the words. Line height means height between the lines. Very simple. Now after this, let us have some font family, and in this font family, let us add this Arial, Helvetica, and Sans serif font. Now, if you see, what is the need of three fonts? When first one is first one, I can say Arial is more than enough to have the entire setup. Now, if you see Arial is the primary font, and Helvetica and Sans serif are the secondary fonts. Now, what is primary font and what is secondary font? Primary font is the font which is being applied instantly. Okay, so let us suppose currently I'm using Google Chrome as my by default browser. Okay, and if let's say I'm repeating once again, let's say Google Chrome does not support Arial font, so it will by default pick up the next available font which I have given is the Helvetica font. Now this Helvetica font is a secondary font. Okay, and if let's say Google does not support Arial and Helvetica font, so it will automatically pick up the next available font which is called as the sans serif font. Now in this Arial, Helvetica, and sans serif, fine. What is most important is the primary and the secondary font. So Arial is the primary font, Helvetica and the sans serif are the secondary font. Now, if you see here, primary font is a font which is being taken up by the browser immediately and instantly. If let's say Google does not support Arial font, it will pick up the next font, Helvetica font, and if let's say Microsoft Edge does not support the Arial and the Helvetica font, okay, so it will pick up the next font which I have given is the sans serif font. So that is the beauty of this entire combination of three fonts. Now, after this thing, we have something which is called as the Google font. So what is Google font? So let us see Google fonts. So in this Google fonts, what are Google fonts? Google fonts are the fonts which is being used these days. Okay. So let us have some Google fonts here. So if you see, so let us pick up the Poppins font. So this Poppins font is being used a lot. The Poppins font, the next available font is the Roboto font. These fonts are the most used fonts these days in the live platform. So we can have this Lato font, or let us try the Lato font. Okay, so here let me remove the previously taken up fonts. So let us pick up this thing, and here just simply Control C. 1 second, and sorry. This we need to paste here. Now we have imported the Google font, and here we need to write the name of the font, which is Lato. Now see, once I saved it, see the entire setup has. Now let me remove this thing, and you can see how decorative or how different my page looks like. Okay, so 1 second. 1 second, let me have the setup back. Okay, fine. Now here if you see, this is the Google font which you can import, very simple, and it will entirely change the look of your web page. Now, after this Google font, let us create another paragraph. 10 alphabets. So now what is happening? A simple paragraph I have created. Okay, simple paragraph I have created. But what is happening here? It is taking up the same set of styles what I have given to the previous one. Okay. So this is again a problematic scenario. So in order to overcome from this particular problem, so classes and IDs has been introduced. So what are classes and what are IDs? So we don't need to give okay. So what are classes and what are IDs? So classes and IDs both are used to target the HTML element. Both are used to target the HTML element. Both are same, but the main difference is same class can be used multiple times. Okay, same class can be used multiple times, but ID can only be used one time. So that is the main difference between classes and IDs. So same class can be used multiple times and ID can only be used one time. Now, what to do next thing here is let us apply classes and IDs. So here we have classes. So let us say the class as top, and here we use the ID as bottom. So now we need to link this class to the style. So for class we use dot top. So now you see the difference between these two paragraphs. So this particular set of style will get applied to this particular set of paragraph. This is for this thing only. And if we want this for the second paragraph, what we will do? We will use p hash bottom and let us use font size of 20 px. Outlook. Okay, so you can see the differentiate between both of them. Now, please start doing projects. Projects we will do projects. This is only a basic classes. This is only a basics, not the projects one. Now, after this, we will have some projects also. Now, we have the font size 20 px, which applies to the second set of paragraph, which is here. Okay. Now, after this, let us have the next thing in CSS, which is called as the box model. So, what is a box model? So, for this to have, let me have the setup ready. Okay. So, a box model contains of four things. So, this is a box. So, box model contains four things. First one is the content. After this content, we have padding. After padding, we have border, and after border we have margin. So it contains of four things. So this content. After content we have padding. We have border. After border we have margin. So these are the contents inside a box model. So let us have this thing here. One second. So what we will do? Let us prepare the box model. So we have the font size. After this, what we will do? We have a padding of, let's say, 20 px. After padding, we have a border of 5p, a solid of black color, and after border we have a margin of, let's say, 30 px. So this is a box model. So let me change the color to red. Red seems good. And we have a property which is called as the, okay, so we will discuss later on. So now in this box model property, we have the content. So this is the content. Around the content we have padding. Around the padding we have border, and around the border we have margin. So it contains of four things. First one is content, padding, border, and margin. Now, padding is on all the sides. On all the sides means top, right, bottom, and left. Similarly, we have border also on all sides. We have top, right, bottom, and left. Now, after the padding and border, we have margin. Now, what is this margin? Margin is after border. So we have the margin of 30 px top, 30 px right, 30 px bottom, and 30 px left. So we have this thing on all the four sides also. Now after this thing, let me have some more things here. Okay, so what we will do after this box model, let us do the styling of list. So let us switch on to the next topic, which is the styling of list. So let me have the setup for this thing. So we have a div. In this div, we have a h2, and after h2, we have a ul, and we have a li into 5 greater than a. We have 5 li's here. Okay. Now, if you see here, we have a div. Let's say div a class. CATEGOIS categories, and we have the heading as GORI category, and here what we will do, we will put as hash 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 hash, and here let us have category 1, category 2, category 3, category 4, category 5. Okay, so we have all 5 categories here. Now if you see one thing here, I have not touched the CSS for this styling of list, but what has happened here, by default it pick up the pink color. Why it has happened? Because in the style we have given the h2 as background color of this, and it gets applied to all the header 2s which are there. So let me comment out this thing. Now it is good. Now, in this styling of list, you can see a div. This is the parent div, which have the class as categories. This is the parent class. And inside this div, we have the header 2, h2. And in this h2, we have uls. Uls have li's. Ul means unordered list. And unordered list have list item. Okay. So what we do, let us pick each and everything and we'll do the styling. Okay, so let us pick up the parent class and let us start targeting it. Dot categories and dot categories, and let us have some adding of, let's say, 20 px and a border of, let's say, 5p, solid of black color, and we have properties called as border radius property, which border radius of, let's say, 10 px, which move the sharpness to the curved ones. Now, what we will do in this dot categories, we target the h2. We use the text transform to uppercase, and we use TSC text align center, and now let us target the next thing, dot categories, and we target the unordered list. And in this, what we will do, we will use the padding of 0 and ls. No, Now we will pick up each and every component and style it. Anchor tag, we use color to blue and list time to none. Okay, so here ls list time to none. So dots will get removed, and here we use the text decoration to none also. And here, what else we can have? We can have some. Okay, we can have. Okay, let's target the li dot categories. Li. Okay, and in the li part, what we will do? We will target the. We want some spaces, so we have some margin in the bottom of, let's say, 10 px. Okay, let's increase this to 20 px, and we want a border in the bottom of, let's say, 2px dotted with black color. Okay, 2px dotted with black color seems good. And okay, so let us add a hover property also here. So the hover property dot categories anchor tag hover. I will change the background color to orange. Let me see. Okay, background color to orange, and let us have an increase in font size to 20 px. See, oh wow. Now already we have a font Lacto, so let us apply this Lacto font to this. So we have font family of Lacto. Now see how it looks. See the difference. So that is the importance of Google Fonts. So here comes to an end of my term. Now my dear colleague Hari will take you through the JavaScript. Hi Hari, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Hari, you will take over now.
Hey everyone. So hope you are doing good. So just give me a comment like if my voice is audible for you guys. Just give me a comment. Okay. So I'm going to take you through what's the JavaScript part. Okay. So before getting into JavaScript part, I just want to clear you all. Some people ask me about like most of the JavaScript questions. Yeah, you have been asked about. So when it comes to web development, HTML and CSS part, most of you gone through it and it becomes very easily to goes through it, and couple of project we need to do when it's become a web development HTML and CSS. We do couple of project, we can able to understand what are the properties and what kind of work it's doing, right? We can able to simply understand that. But when it comes to JavaScript, the most people which suffer, right? So this is because of they don't really understand why JavaScript is used for initially. So what is the purpose of JavaScript? They are not understanding it. That is the problem. Initially the students are facing the troubles. Okay, so in this entire, then I just going to take the entire section around the next 1 hour. I just going to take. So we are not going to cover everything in JavaScript. I'm openly telling to you, we are not covering everything in JavaScript. So the whole motto of 3 hours of workshop is to bring you, like if you are people who don't know a single word about web development, then this workshop really helps you. Okay, so these kinds of work will do this kinds of changes in our HTML code, right? So this is what our motto. Okay, so it will a Kickstarter workshop only. Okay, so meanwhile, if you like to continue with us, like if you want to projects, and just go through our YouTube channel every week for 5 days. We conduct 5 workshops. Okay, so every week we conduct one, like in a topic we will conduct 5-day workshops. For example, the next week is going to be JavaScript Absolute Beginner. So we're going to conduct a workshop for us. Okay. Okay, so I will be share the attendance link. Okay, so later once it will be just a system generated one, you will get an attendance. Okay, so in the chat box that is going to be your last attendance form. Once you filled, that's it. That you're going to be done with that. Okay, so this workshop is going to kickstart you. So if you want to learn further, for example, you want to learn CSS. right? You want to learn the advanced CSS and the projects in CSS, right? So you can go through our channel. You are in, I think, hope most of you are in WhatsApp groups, right? So we will share all the links of what are the current workshop that going. Okay, so every Saturday we have this 3 hours of workshop, but every working days like Monday to Friday, 1 hour workshop will be taken. Okay, so each day we will conduct an 1 hour workshop. So in each day we will conduct, so every JavaScript basics, CSS basics, everything. Okay, so I'm a beginner in JavaScript. What are the topics will you cover? Okay, so what will I cover is, in this section it's going to be what is JavaScript and what is the purpose of JavaScript. Listen, that is what I'm saying, that so 1 hour is not enough for to getting into JavaScript and that's it, like I'm completed JavaScript, I'm going to be a front-end developer, I'm going to apply for internship. No, it is not completely possible. Okay, so it is not works like that. If it is possible means then everyone can become a web developer, right? So it is not going to work like that. So in this 1 hour, the next 45 minutes, we're going to cover the entire things, like what is the entire purpose of JavaScript we're going to cover. Okay, so but the concept, like how to code in JavaScript, what is the beginner topics, and yeah, I will, that's what I'm saying, like everything whatever the beginner needs to learn, and what JavaScript concept that the front end, as a front end developer you need to learn, what is the JavaScript concept that the back end developer you need to learn. So why JavaScript is using, like why is called as JavaScript is called as the language of web page, right? So right now it is called like that, right? So the scope of JavaScript, everything we're going to cover in the next 45 minutes. Okay, so it is going to be covered in the next 45 minutes. But if you want to continue, like if you like to go through, you want to learn JavaScript practically, code it and practice it, applying it, then you need to attend the weekdays workshops. Like we have 1 hour workshop, the next week we're going to have 4 days 1 hour workshop is going to be there, and you can able to attend that. Okay, so between, good evening. I'm fine. I hope you good. Like, okay, so if you are a old students, then you already know about how it is working. So it is going to be the basics things, like the purpose of web development and everything. Okay, so the in the weekdays we will get into the code. For example, the next week we're going to have a beginner to advanced level JavaScript workshop, 4 days workshop. We're going to teach you 1 hour, 1 hour. So in that 4 days, we will cover all the topics. So right now, it's for all the people who all are beginners. Okay, so fine. Okay, so before getting into the section, two questions I need to ask you all. So what are the two questions is simply, so who already know about JavaScript, like a little bit. So what are like a small, I know little bit about JavaScript, like that person. So just comment like I know JavaScript little bit. Okay, so that is your first question. And your second question is going to be, other than JavaScript, for example, I know Python, I know C++, I know Java, like that. Other than JavaScript, if you know any other programming language, please comment in the chat box. That's okay. So we will discuss that and cover what are other topics. Okay. So I said, what are the timings is weekdays for JavaScript? Yeah, it will be intimated. You like you can subscribe the channel and you will click the bell icon. The timings, like every day you will get a notification once a meeting is scheduled. So before one day you will get that notification, so you will get it. And second thing is about, like you can get, if you are in WhatsApp group, you will get the, we will share the link every day, every workshop what is happening, we will share the link. Mostly the JavaScript part will be covered in the evening time, like 8:30 to 9:30 it will be covered. Okay, so it is going to be in that time only. Okay, so tomorrow, the next week is also going to be 8:30 to 9:30. Beginner to advanced level JavaScript we're going to cover, so which means the basics topics that we need to learn to excel as a front-end developer we're going to cover. Okay, yeah, I know a little bit about JavaScript. And other student, please comment here whether you know any other programming languages or this is JavaScript you know a little bit, just comment it to you. Okay, so then only we can further proceed to how it is working and all. Okay, so I just going to use an online compiler that is going to be an JSBin. So what is this JSBin? Is nothing but it's like your Visual Studio Code, but it is something that we can code it here and we can see the output here. Okay, instead of using Visual Studio Code, I'm using some online compiler. Okay, so this is an online compiler, like a code editor, like people know CodePen, Sandbox, so much of things is there. Like that, JSBin is also like an online compiler, like an online code editor. I can code here to display the answer here. So we have the HTML for writing HTML, we have this, and we have CSS to write like this. So same like that, we have JavaScript and the console. So we will come to it and we will discuss it. Right now, I use the JavaScript page to explain all the core concept that you're going to see. Okay, sir, I want to be a programmer. Which language should I begin with? So, like, if you want to be a programmer or if you want to be a developer, okay, so there is a difference between that. Like, if you want to be a programmer, then you need to learn any programming language you want to know. But which domain that you're going to get in? For example, you want to going to get in the web development, go choose JavaScript. Okay, so that is the only language to help you in web development. Okay, so it's going to cover all the things, but you are going to cover in some other things like other things that is available like machine learning. So much of things is there. So for that, each and every language, each and every domain, we have different programming language that will be really useful. For development, it's JavaScript. Okay, so about developer, it's JavaScript. You can learn JavaScript to become anything in this development field. Okay, so JavaScript is the best language to go with. Okay, so that is what we're going to cover. So as a developer, what are the things that we're going to cover? Okay, so that we can cover it here. Okay, so simply, okay, so I will tell to you. So this workshop, if you are a JS, if you don't know nothing about JS, then the next 45, this 1 hour, the next 45 minutes is absolutely for you. Okay, so we will cover mostly the interview questions. 50% of the interview questions is asked from the JS beginnings, like what is JavaScript, what is JavaScript engines, how JavaScript is working, whether JavaScript is a synchronous or asynchronous, whether it is blocking or non-blocking, single threaded or multiple threaded. So these kinds of questions is the basics and beginning. But if someone asks you in the internet, we are not able to answer it, right? So that is what we're going to cover, the entire process. Okay, so the entire execution of JavaScript we're going to cover. Yes, sir, I'm a very beginner. So this for everyone who are beginner, and if you don't know about JavaScript, welcome. So this will be a great Kickstarter for you. Okay, number one. And number two, if you know any other programming language other than JavaScript, like Subhi must say, I know Python, sir, right? Same like that. If you know Python or if you know some other language like Java, C++, I'm telling here, don't compare JavaScript with any other programming language. JavaScript is one of the most weirdest languages out there. Okay, so don't compare JavaScript with any other programming language. So if we are writing code, and meanwhile, if you go to write the code and if you're learning JavaScript, don't compare it with any other languages. Okay, so because statically typed languages is different from dynamical languages, and dynamically JavaScript is a weak programming language and Pythons are dynamic language, but they are strong programming language. So among the weak programming language, JavaScript is one of the weirdest language to give the outputs. Okay, so don't compare these things, then you will get confused. Okay, just understand JavaScript is a language. I just going to learn it, has some set of rules and regulations, so I just going to learn that. Just understand that. And number two is, what are the basic concepts that are available in other programming language like variables, data types, functions, loops. All the basic concepts here is also there, like JavaScript also having that, but only the context, like the way of it's looking, it will be different. Okay, so how it is functioning, it is going to be different. The syntax are more or less similar to other programming languages, but the working model is different. Okay, so we will cover that's everything. Okay, let us see first of all what is JavaScript is, and then we can further move on. Okay, so JavaScript, so if I say front end, like if I say web developer, if I say simply, if we can say web development, actually there are two parts available, right? We know that is we have the front end and we have the back end. Just comment whether JavaScript is a front end language or back end language. So just whatever it comes to your mind, just comment it. Okay, just comment it. Whether it is a front end language or back end language, or people don't know what is front end and back end, we're going to cover it. That's also okay. So don't worry about that. So we will see if we have this front end language, right? So let us see what is first of all front end and what is back end. So the front end, we can simply call this front end as, okay, so it is a console. Okay, so when we want to create a web app or websites, actually there are two parts available. One is going to be the front end and another one is going to be the back end. Okay, back end part is available. So the front end is called as client side language. Okay, so in the back end is called as server side language. Server side work, not language, it is server side work. And same like that, front end is called as client side work, right? So let us see what is client side, what is server side, and what are the texts that used to create front end, and what are the texts that used to create back end. We will see that. Okay, so if I go for any website, so I just go for a website, Wikipedia. We all know that what is Wikipedia is about, the global documentation website that is out available for early 80s itself, right? So we have this old websites, right? So this is one of the websites. So if I want to create a website like this, right? So we need to focus on two parts. One is going to be the front end and another one is going to be the back end part, right? So what is called as front end, right? So if I say front end is nothing but it whatever the work that we are putting to display the user interface, right? For example, who is the client means I'm the client. Right now I'm using the Wikipedia, so I'm going to be the client. The end user who is using the website, he's going to be the client. Okay, so and next is going to be like if you are using YouTube right now, right? So you are the client. So, okay, so how it is looking for us, that is going to be the front end part. So if I'm seeing the website, you can able to see we have the logo and we have the h1 heading is there and a whole paragraph and hypertext link and alignment. You can able to see a picture is here and you can see an URL tag is there. There is a neat box is here and we have this not neat box somehow, right? So it is a old website, that's fine. So we have the headings and it is underlined and we have this quotations, photos and images and you can see the styling and everything, right? So this how it is looking. Well, Wikipedia, it's not good example for good looking website, but a kind of whatever website you can take, that's fine. Okay, so how it is looking, this is called as client side works. The person who built user interface, so I'm the user, I'm the client, so I'm just looking the website how it is looking, right? So based on that, so who is creating this creative, like the design part, the front end part, the client side work, so they are called as the front end developers, right? So what are the tech stack that used to create the front end? Just imagine, like before we have discussed about HTML and CSS, right? We have discussed about HTML and CSS, right? So by using HTML, yeah, we can create this heading tag and underline, and we can able to create it with the horizontal line, and you can see they use the float property to display it, and they use box property to align it, and we have the text alignment center, like the margin auto property is here, float right property is here, and like they have so much of box they have used, text is bold, and they use the font family, right? So much of things. So how can I look how can I look this? So just go and right click and inspect. We can able to see the content, like element is there, and in the element we can able to see what all are the HTML tag they have been used to create this entire website. They created it, and meanwhile you can able to see what all are the styling part they have done for that particular website. They have been mentioned it here, right? You can they have been mentioned it here, right? So this website, this front end part, we can able to do with HTML and CSS. So basically front end is used for the client side. So they are basically built a good looking website, neat user interface. They are that. Okay. So number one, and what are the tech stack that we can able to use? We use HTML and CSS to create that. Okay. So is that answer? Sir, I know a little bit about Python, sir. I want to learn JavaScript. I'm very beginners. Okay. Front end. Yeah, of course. I know. Yeah, good. Okay. So interact with that. Okay. So this is what these two things, by using these two things, we can able to create it. Then what is backend? So backend is all about the business logic of the website, like the entire logic of the websites, right? Just imagine I want to create a website for a YouTuber. Okay. So you like now, just imagine you are a freelancer. So a YouTuber came to you, like I want to create a website. So in this website, I need to showcase all my whatever the content that I'm going with and whatever the email subscription I'm having, like that they will do. So what is the main purpose of this website is they need to convert their social media audience, like they are in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and they need to convert the social media audience to come to the website, and they need to give their email to sign up. Okay, or they have some particular courses, or they are doing some brand businesses like t-shirt selling businesses, or any franchises they are model they have, they are like an influencer, they need to convert them. So what first they need to do, so first they have the Instagram or social media account, right? So they have the social media account in there, right? So what is the purpose of the website? The purpose of the website is to, first we need to land the website. So we have the website. So the main purpose of this website is to, they need to subscribe, they need to buy something, right? The main purpose, I have the course or I have the methods, and I have that what email subscription, newsletters, or a community or a club, anything. Okay, so we have that, so they need to sell something. Okay, so that is the main purpose of it. So whatever website they are doing, it's absolutely depends upon selling something, right? So same like that. So right now the social media they have one website. So how we will build the website, right? We will build the website by using this HTML and CSS. right? By using HTML and CSS, we can able to build it, right? So it is like a portfolio website for that particular YouTuber, the famous YouTuber that we have. And how can I add this logic? So the main purpose of this website is to buy the course or buy the merchandise, like, or buy the email subscription. They need to give the email, they need to give their data, right? So how can I do that? So that is something is called as backend work. For example, let me take Wikipedia as an example. So what is the whole purpose of building this website? The whole purpose of building this website is absolutely free. First of all, that's very good. And second thing is going to be whatever the information I like to ask, I can able to ask the Wikipedia and they will give the information to us, right? So right now they are giving the information about Wikipedia itself. So if I go for the search bar and just ask for Git, and if I search it, you can able to see right now it is going to give me the information about the Git. It gives the whole article about from beginning to end, right? So everything, how it is, what is Git, and everything it will be given, right? It is like service providing, like just given that. So right now you can see how, what is the business model of Wikipedia? Nothing. They are not earning anything, right? So they are just in service providing things. Okay, so meanwhile, in before a month you come to Wikipedia, they will ask for some donations, right? So the reason is they are not having businesses. You cannot see ads in Wikipedia. So, okay, so this is not for businesses. This is like a service. Okay, so they are providing the information to us, right? So simply now, but the logic is simple. They are information providers. So what is the logic behind this? So they have a website. They have a website. They have a website, and if someone requests something, it's like someone search for something, they provide the information. This is the logic behind this. This is the logic behind this Wikipedia, right? So what I'm saying, I go and search for something like Thor. You just going to search for Thor, and you can able to see the information about the Thor, right? So we will get the information. So, but how it is working, we are not able to see it, right? So we can able to only see the front end part, the HTML and CSS part, how it is aligned and everything. But what's happening once I'm searching for something like Thor and I click the button, you can able to see the pages get reloaded, and once the pages get reloaded, it is displaying information to related to that information that what I'm searching. So what is happening here? So this is called as backend. So simply whenever we are making a request, so what is a request? If I ask for something, if you go for Google and you are asking for something, that is a request. You are going for an Instagram and you are scrolling something, that is a request. And if you go for an Facebook and you are commenting something, request, right? Right now you are in YouTube, you are using the live chat, it is a request. So what you are doing, you are saying to that server, like what a server is nothing but taking the request and it's go for the database and it will scans the data and it will works on the database. I will tell you that. For example, once I ask for Git, what happened? This is going to be my request. Okay, so now what happened? My request, the Git is going to be the request. It has been taken by the server. So what is a server? Server is like a transmitter. It takes the information, and what it is going to do, it is go for the database. Right now we have available. Let's go for the database. Just go for the database, and it scans the entire database. So what is meant by database? So server is a transmitter, like it will take the information and serve through it, right? So that's what it will do. What is a database? Database is the data storing place. Like it is, you know, like most of the people say IT, it's all about data, right? So we will store the information about the users, we will store the information about the purchase histories, we will store the information about like this kind of informations, like articles, we will show it. What kind of data that we like to show, we can store it, right? So that is actually we are doing. You can able to see we have the databases, and in this databases we are everything that the Wikipedia has, every data that the Wikipedia has, they are stored inside the database. So the server, what it will do, it will go and scan this entire database and looking for the keyword, whether something related to Git is available or not. If something related, any article that is related to this Git keyword, then what it will do, the database makes a response, and that response is taken by server, and the server again send this information to the UI, which means the front end part, it will do that. So you can simply see I'm giving a request, it is taken by the server and it is go and search in the database, and if it is available, it is going to return as a request, and it is going to transmitted by the server, and it is going to be display it in our user interface, right? So this is what going to happen. So that is the reason the pages get reloading. So it is a time consumption process, right? So the server, it's like we need to take the information through the internet and we need to go for the database. I need to scan everything. And once I found something, I need to return something, right? It takes some time. So right now we are using 4G, 3. We are using that. It is a bit more faster, but just understand when we are in the before 10 years, 15 years back. So we have 2G and 3G models. So it takes some slow, right? So what is the base of that? Because of the internet speed, we don't have that much of internet speed available to connect with the server, and the server is providing and just getting the request. We are not getting that particular information correctly, right? So right now we have 4G, so it is going super fast, right? So that is what happening. So if I make a request, the server take the information and it is go for the database, connect with the database. Once it fetch the data, it will give information for us. So meanwhile, if I type something like this, I'm looking for any article that is related to this keyword. If I search this, you can able to see it is go and search the entire database, and it is going to result me there is no result matching the query, which means in the database there is no such information is available, no data that information is available for this word that I'm searching for. So it is saying, it said nothing is available, so just send me this default no message to us. Okay, so it is sending me a no message. Okay, so this is actually called as backend. So since the backend is something that related with server, database, to speak with the server and database, we have a programming language and we will speak it. The programming language may be anything. We have so much of backend programming language like Node.js, Python, PHP, Java, Go. So much of things is there. Among them, we know that JavaScript is a little bit faster compared to other things. Okay, so we can use that. Okay, so we will see that. So this is something related to backend. Okay, so now we will see another example. That is going to be another word. It just go for a website called Dribble. So what is this Dribble? The Dribble is a social media platform for the designers. So designers, you know that designers, who all are the designer? Like they design for t-shirt, they design for website. So before we writing code, we want the design, how it does look like, right? So the UI UX designer, they will do that, and they design for anything. So whatever in this world you are looking, like it's maybe a social media app, or it may be anything, or any money transaction app. First it starts with the design, it starts with the diagram, right? It starts with the diagram, how the icon should look like. So just imagine, you can see we have the file folder, how it does look like, Notion, Telegram, and we have the Scribbles, and we have Google, how the logos are built by using the designers. So the designers share their information here. That's a platform for designers. If you are a designer, you can also use this platform, Dribble. Okay, so let us understand, if I want to reach it like this, so what are the tech stack I need to use? Okay, for example, I need to create this nav bar. Well, by using HTML and CSS, we can able to create it, right? Yes, of course we can. And this hover animation, right? So hover, we can able to do it. So if someone hovers it, I need to show all the things. Like we can able to do it. Like we can hide the property, and we can able to create this drop down. That is fine. And this hero section, yes, we can able to create this hero section. There is a neat hover animation for this button is there, and h1 tag is there, and paragraph tag is there, and input box is there, and lot of keywords is also there, like trending searches is also there. We can able to create with HTML and CSS very soon, and you can able to see a button we can create, and filter we can create, and you can see this boxes, like by using flexbox and grid box. This is going to be the completely easy one, we can able to create it right as soon as. And we have the footer section, we can able to create this also, like so much of things we can create. So by using HTML and CSS, we can able to create this neat user interface, right? So the next thing is going to be, if I click the sign up button, let's see what is happening. So I make able to see the pages get reloading, which means the server takes something and it is go for the database and returning something. Okay, so that is why the pages get reloading. If I just come again, you can able to see the pages get reloaded. If I click the sign in, this is pages get reloading, which means server database, which means it is backend, right? Something related to backend, it's going to working that. So if I click this mobile, you can clearly watch this. This h1 is getting changed, right? And the paragraph is also getting changed, and you can able to see the background color is also getting changed. You can again, you want to see that, if I click the print, you can able to see trending print design for books, background image is changed, background, the paragraph tag is changed. And you can notice then another thing, that this page is not reloading. What is mean by that? Which means something not in the back end, it's not doing this request. I'm making a request, it's changing the user interface, but it is not doing by backend. So if it is done by backend, then the server takes it, right? So it will take some reloading. I'm just understand without reloading also we can able to work with the servers, but I'm telling an hint to here. Okay, so if you know backend, then you can able to understand it clearly. So right now understand, if the page is reloaded, then that is some backend tech is doing that. Okay, so but if I click here, you can able to see the h1 is changed and the paragraph is changed, the background color is changed, but the page is not reloading. If I go for branding, trending brand designs and logo, background color and h1 is changed, right? So if I click and inspect to see how the change is looking like, okay, if I just click here, you can see some blinking is happening. The h1, it happens some blinking. You can able to see that, right? If I click the product design, you can able to see where are the changes that is happening, that we can able to see the blinking, right? So the HTML text is changing. The trending brand design, identity and logos. If you click the animation, trending animations, motion graphics, 3D design, right? Right? So it is changing. So something in backend it is not doing that. Something in the front end is doing that, right? So what is that? How can I make this animation? How can I make this? If some user make an interaction, how can I change that? Like, so here is your answer. So the JavaScript is doing that. So basically, JavaScript is called as client-side scripting language. Client-side scripting language. It is used to manipulate the HTML and CSS. So we can able to see the example here itself. So it is a h1 tag. It is a paragraph tag. So if it is getting changed, then mean it is getting manipulated, right? It is just getting manipulated. Means that JavaScript is doing it has the capability to manipulate the HTML, right? And also you can able to see the background color change, right? You can able to see the background color is background image, the GIF image or video, it's a GIF image. So it is changing, right? So CSS property, right? So the background color or anything, it is done by what? CSS property. The CSS is doing, right? So by using HTML and CSS, we can able to manipulate the HTML and CSS. Like by using the JavaScript, we can able to manipulate the HTML and CSS. That is the only thing here we need to understand. So when it says JavaScript, it is a client-side scripting language initially when it is introduced. So JavaScript was initially built for front-end development, not for back-end development. So if you are using the core JavaScript, it is only meant for front-end development. But with the help of some runtimes, frameworks, we can able to use JavaScript for backend also. But don't just leave that backend right now. Okay. So with the core JavaScript, you can able to work with the JavaScript, like front end itself. So by using the JavaScript, you can able to manipulate the HTML and CSS. That's what it will do. But right now, you know, like what is JavaScript, right? What is JavaScript? If someone asks you, what is JavaScript? Well, it is a client-side scripting language. It is used to manipulate HTML and CSS. That is the one. The second thing is going to be how JS is doing that. How JavaScript is manipulating the HTML and CSS. What is the problem? So if someone asking me how, then we need to understand, like whatever the question you have, just ask the three things: what, why, how. Okay, so you need to ask these three things to you, then the answer it's pretty easy for you, right? So just simply how JavaScript is doing that. Simply JavaScript is a front-end language, so it speaks with the browser. And with the help of the browser, it is changing the HTML and CSS. So what is browser? Right now I'm using Google, is my browser. You are using Firefox, is your browser. And Mac, you are using Safari, that is your browser. So we have so much of browser. So by using JavaScript, it speaks with the browser. Okay? And it tells you, hey browser, if someone clicks this button, then you need to change the h1 tag and you need to change the paragraph tag. That's what you need to do. Simply, right? So we can able to understand, right? So just speak with the browser and the browser is changing. Okay, I can change it for you. And if I click this, it change it for you. So like now understand what is HTML? It is just a base structure of a website. What is CSS? Just a design of like this. Right now you are seeing it in the dribble, right? How interactive it is, right? So it makes an interactive, cool website for us. Just look at this website, how cool it is. And also just look at this website, how cool it is, right? So is that Wikipedia is cool or is that Dribble is cool? I can really go for Dribble. And any other than, if you compare Wikipedia with any other, then we can go for trouble, right? The reason why is the less usage of JavaScript. So here we are not making any interaction. If I make some interaction, that is related to backend only. I'm searching something, and if I click this, you can see the pages get reloaded, and I'm clicking this button, the pages get reloaded, and I just, whatever the interaction I'm making with the website, the pages get reloaded. So this means the website has less JavaScript usage. Okay, so I'm not able to say there is no JavaScript usage, but it has less JavaScript usage. So that is why it is doing this. Okay, so it is an old website, that's how it's look like, that's fine. But just look at this. If I'm creating a modern website like this, so for, if I click the button, the pages get reloaded, how annoying it is. Meanwhile, you can able to see this one, right? So the notification bar, we have this notification bar, and we have this into mark. So we all know that if I click the into mark, it get disappeared, right? Just imagine if you don't use the JavaScript, then what happens? If you click the into mark, the page will get reloaded. We need to do that with backend only. So right now, if I click this button, you can see how cool the animation has happened, right? It just gone, and you can able to see the popular, click, drop down, click, go here. It gives lot of interaction, right? So the user can interact with the website and he can speak with that. Simply, it is like, it simply look like if you are going for a shopping mall, or if you're going for any of the store, and you are interacting with your shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper is master in that particular shop, like he know everything about the product, and you are asking for, hey, can you choose that Vivo phone, right? So the customer is giving all the top brands that is right now available in the Vivo, and he is explaining everything, right? So that is actually what JavaScript is doing in the internet. So if you are going for the website, by using JavaScript, we are making the interaction. By making the interaction, we are giving some more information to the clients, right? So we are giving lot of action. We are giving the chance to explore instead of wasting their time. So every time the pages get reloaded, it's a waste of time. Just imagine if you go for Instagram, you are liking the button, the pages get reloaded. How annoying it is. If you are commenting and post, the pages get reloaded. How annoying it is. Will it use the Java? Will it you use this kind of social media platform? If you like the button, the page get reloaded. If you comment something, the page get reloaded. Will we? The answer is no, right? So meanwhile, we here also we can able to do, right? So they connected the sign up and sign in form with backend. If I click this button, the pages get reloaded. We can able to stop this also. So if someone clicks this button, instead of going for a server, what we can do, we can create a drop down. What we can do, we can do an impression, like we can create a drop down, and in the drop down we can ask for the email and then password ID to sign up. So if they give in here, it will be sign up. We don't want to go for the server, and we don't want to again make the user to irritate in the website, right? So that is what JavaScript is doing. JavaScript is built for speed and the interaction and making the website dynamic. So you may ask that, for just creating the drop down and this kind of work, is JavaScript is a very popular? Absolutely not. It is a website, guys. Just imagine this is just going to be a website. But if you are a web app developer, you are not only building a website, you will create a web app also. So what is the difference between website and web app? Website is something that I need to show something. There is no interaction. There is no that I go here, buy something, and I will use it. I go here, get some services, I will use it. That's it. Like this one, I go here, I will post something, that's it. Here we will do, like, we cannot say Dribble is not a web app. So it is also considered as a web app because we will do some more interaction here. Like we can say Wikipedia is a website, right? So we can go for the Wikipedia, ask something, it will display it. That's it, right? So that's what it will do. What is a web app? So I can just say map. If you go for Google Map, it is also available in the internet, right? Just look up at how cool Google Map it is, right? Just imagine how cool this web app is. So it is one of the biggest thing, right? So the Google has been introduced map, and just imagine what are the interaction we are making. We are zooming in, we are zooming out, right? We can zooming in, zooming out. This is an interaction, right? And we can able to do the direction, and we can able to choose where we are in, and what is the location. That is, there are so much of interaction is there, right? So, but you can able to see whether the pages get reloaded. If I zoom in, the pages get reloaded. No, you can able to see we are go for Australia. The pages not get reloaded, right? So same like that. So it is a web app. When it comes to web app, there are a lot more interactivity we need to produce. So in that time, JavaScript is going to be your lifesaver, right? Initially speaking, this Google, because of this Google map, we have so much of interaction. Google developed their own JavaScript engine that is called as V8 engine. That V8 engine is one of the fastest JavaScript engine right now available. We're going to discuss what is engines and all. So because of this, only for this web app, they created a whole new engine to make JavaScript much more faster, to work faster. Okay, so the revolution has happened for a web app, that is this map, Google map, because here we will do lot of interaction. Like we can see drag and drop. I'm using drag and drop, and we are using the GPRS like to track the location, and we can able to see the images, files, so much of web apps, right? So much of things we are doing here, right? Navigation, lot more things is here, right? So for making this Google map, right, faster, so they made an improvisation in JavaScript language. That is what the revolution is. That is where the revolution has happened in JavaScript, and everyone started to love JavaScript. Before that, JavaScript is one of the hated programming languages, and after this, JavaScript is one of the loved programming language, and it is also one of the popular programming languages that is right now available. For development, JavaScript is the #1 programming languages and most recommended languages for 2023, 2021 to right now. It is also the most popular language. Yeah, and Python is also still there. Okay, so both languages is going to be the best languages out there, right, for current situation. Okay, so this is what happened, and for creating web apps, JavaScript is going to be a lifesaver for you. Okay, so that is what JavaScript is doing. Right now we know how JavaScript is doing. It's just interact with the browser and it will do it. Okay, so that is how JavaScript is doing. Then we know like why JavaScript is doing, we know that, and how JavaScript like this is for why. I'm sorry for that. Why JavaScript is doing, because for the web app we need more interaction to communicate with that, like to-do application, triple, like so much of social media application. We know we need more interaction. For that we will use JavaScript application. Then how it is doing, right? So initially how it is doing, it speaks with the browser, doesn't like how JavaScript speaks with the browser, because it's just a computer. Like the computer only understands zeros and ones. We all know that, right? It understands only zeros and ones. Initially, what is JavaScript? Whether we're going to code it in zeros and ones, the olden days? No, absolutely not. JavaScript is a dynamic programming language, which means we can write code in the native English, right? So we will say like const console.log, var, so much of things, functions, loops. We will write everything in an English language only. So initially, what is JavaScript? Simply, it is a file. JavaScript is a code file, right? We write code, and that is a file we have available. And JavaScript is that. How the browser is understanding? Browser only understands zeros and ones. If I say Google, it understands zeros and ones, whatever, because it is a computer, right? So it's just understand zeros and ones, the binary language. It understands how it can able to connect that. How the English is converted to the browser understanded language. How it is doing that? Because with the help of the engines available in each and every browser. Very important thing. So what is meant by engines? So JavaScript engines is available in all the browsers. So if you are in Google, we have a JavaScript engine. Google developer developed their engine. So that is called as V8 engine. So that is one of the fastest engine that will convert JavaScript code into HTML code. So like JavaScript code into misunderstandable code, that they will do it. And second one, it is going to be like we have another browser. We can say Firefox. We have SpiderMonkey as their engine. They developed it. And also Safari. Safari we have Nitro. The Safari developer developed it. Likewise, each and every browser has JavaScript engine. So what is the purpose of JavaScript engine is? The purpose of JavaScript engine is to convert the JavaScript code to the machine understandable code. Simply a translator. Okay. So simply a translator. Okay, just a minute. I think my connection is get interrupted. Whether my voice is audible for all? Hello everyone, whether my voice is audible? I think my voice is audible for all, right? Just give me a comment if it is audible. Audible, yeah. Okay, so just a minute. Okay. Okay, so how it is doing that? Like we have the engine. So with the help of the engine, we are doing that. So simply we can go for, we can say JS engine. Simply say we have JavaScript engine. If I type JavaScript engine, you can able to see the Wikipedia, the whole article about the engine. So JavaScript engine is a software component that execute JavaScript code. The first JavaScript engine was an interpreter. Right now, yes, we will discuss those concepts later. What is interpreter, compiler, and all. Okay, don't care about that. So right now we have the just-in-time engine. That is what that is something that the Google they have created for the Google Map. Okay, so to make the JavaScript much more faster. Okay, so when you are using the Google Map, when they was introduced, right? So before the 10 years back, Google introduced their map system. So it's very slow, right? So not very slow because there are a lot more interaction we need to do in the Google Map in order to get it, right? So it is not that much profitable, it's not that much user friendly when the beginning, but right now it is very user friendly, right? Everyone using Google Map for even they're using Google Map for Swiggy, Zomato. Lot of startups is incorporating that because of that fastness came that is coming because of the just-in-time compilation. We will discuss this. These are some of the advanced concepts that we need to discuss it to see the internal JavaScript how it is working and all. So to learn this one, like what is the interpreters and what is just-in-time engine, what is the how the JavaScript engine is created. So in our YouTube channel, every Wednesday we have an premium series. Okay, premium series is available. If you go for our YouTube, you can able to see this. Just go in the videos list. Okay, just go in the videos list and you can able to see the new series of JavaScript is getting started, how JavaScript code works in its code execution. So this is the new series execution. Okay, so here we will speak about all the advanced concept, like internally how JavaScript is working, right? So if I write code, how JavaScript converting the code and how it is producing the result. Like that, every Wednesday we will set a premium. It will become in that. So it is a 20 to 30 minutes video. You can able to see it in every. We will cover each and every topic out there, and that will be a great reach. Okay, so you can understand those advanced concept here. Okay. Meanwhile, we have the course also for advanced JavaScript, which was created by me, and that I'm doing it for free in this YouTube channel. Okay, so you can able to get access here. The same exact concept what I have done in the paid course for the corporate trainings, here I just going to give it that for free. You can able to see those things here also for free. Okay, every Wednesday this will be okay, so you can able to get that. Okay, so here simply what the thing that we need to know, you can able to see the V8 is the fastest engine that is available for Google, and SpiderMonkey it is the engine that is initially when JavaScript was introduced by the person named Brendan Eich. So he created an engine to speak with the browser. That engine is called as SpiderMonkey. Okay, so the person Brendan Eich, you can able to see the name, right? Brendan Eich. So he is the person who created the programming language JavaScript. Okay, he is the person who created the programming language JavaScript, and he is the person who created the first JavaScript engine. Okay, so likewise each and every browser has their separate engine. Okay, so they have separate engine. With the help of the engine, they are converting the JavaScript code to a machine understandable code. So if you are using any browser, each browser has a JavaScript engine. That engine is responsible for converting your JavaScript code to the browser. Okay, so among them, V8 is one of the fastest engines that are right now available. Okay, right now we know what is engine it is, right? So what is engine it is, but here we have a problem. So what is the problem we have means, for example, here you can see V8 is an engine that is for Google, that is developed by Google developers, and SpiderMonkey is an engine that is for Firefox, and that is developed by Firefox developers, right? And we have the JavaScript core. It's simply a Nitro engine. Okay, so it is a Nitro engine that is developed by Apple, and they use it for Safari. And we have Chakra for Internet Explorer. This is an engine names. They given the name for it. Okay, so each and every engine is a translator. They are translating the JavaScript code to the machine understandable code, but the engines are not developed by only one developer. It is created by different developers. Okay, so what is the problem that would arise? Just imagine I am creating a to-do app and you are creating a to-do app. Even though they are going to function same, I do some list and I click this, it will come to the reminder things, right? Even though we can able to create the functionality same, but the code is different, right? You can use the function component to create the to-do list, and I will be created by using class-based component. I use JavaScript more, the core JavaScript, and you can use React.js to build that, right? So it may be vary, right? So you can write code different, I can write code different, but end of the day it is a to-do list, right? So that is why, that is what the happening here. So the Google developer use some code, and we know how they are used the codes and all. And Firefox, the developers use some code to create a JavaScript engine. That is the problem it is here. Just imagine I have only one JavaScript file that is going to perform in an engine that is created by V8 for Google. Okay, and we are going to have another one that is going to be the Spider-Monkey that is created by Firefox. That is for Firefox. And we have Nitro. Not only this, for Brave we have different, for Sakra, Internet Explorer, like that. Okay, that is going to created by Safari. You can list it out all the things. Okay, just imagine you are going for Taj Mahal. Okay, so in the Taj Mahal you are seeing a tourist guide. Okay, so the tourist guide explain about Taj Mahal. Okay, so you are going for Taj Mahal, the tourist guide, you are asking what is this, what is the history behind Taj Mahal, and the tourist guide is replying that this is Taj Mahal and it is built for the symbol of love, like that he is explaining like that. Okay, so you will, okay, so you will understand it. Okay, so this is JavaScript, this is going to be that, and you will understand and you will came now. Okay, so right now you will 100% sure that, okay, so whatever the first guide says, so he said everything and it is perfectly good. Okay, and you are visiting Taj Mahal again in maybe the 3 days after you are go and visiting the Taj Mahal again. Right now you are going to look for an guide. So here now you will getting an another guide. So not the same guide, you are getting an another guide. Can we expect what the first guide told about the history of JavaScript? Can we expect the same history he is also going to tell? The answer is no. So why? Because even though they are going to tell about the same thing, but they say they tell it in different way. Some people add something, some people reduce something, some people make their imagination, some people don't do that like that. They will do it. He will add some points, he will reduce some points, he will do some extra works, and he will give some additional information, like that he will do. Same like that the problem is happening here. I have only one JavaScript file. In V8 it is work 100% perfect because we use the Google to develop, right? So Google browser to develop, so it is working 100% perfect. That is fine. The same thing when I,
One minute. So, 1 minute. Let me share you the second attendance sheet for you to all fill. 1 second. 1 second. Copy. So I hope you all find the second attendance sheet, and let me have. Am I audible to all of you? Can you please all confirm me? Okay, okay. So please fill the second attendance sheet. Fine. We'll wait for you to confirm. Then we will end the session for today. Please confirm once you filled it. When we'll end the stream. Please, yes sir. Yeah, thanks Mr. Bharat. So, प्रशांत जी कहाँ हैं आप? प्रशांत जाटव जी. दिख रहा है. So, I hope you all have filled it. Can I end the stream now? And by tomorrow, we will be starting with JavaScript series from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 or maybe 9:45 p.m. So please be available at the time. The recording will be there in the live YouTube channel, in the YouTube only. No need to worry. You can get anything. Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Hari is back. Yeah, hi Hari. You can start now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like how long it's been there like that? Like what is the last? Like I don't know which. Like when did the network is get interrupted? What is that last thing we have seen? So how long it's been like that?
Hari, you carry on as per your comfort. No need to discuss. You carry on as per your comfort.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. I think we discussed about the JavaScript engines, right? We discussed about. Yeah, thank you, sir. So we discussed about JavaScript engines, right? Simply the problem we have the engines different, right? We have different engines. Okay. So because of this different engine, JavaScript file executes differently in each and every process. Okay. So to avoiding that only we have this 𝐏𝐴 Okay. So 𝐏𝐴 is a standard rules and regulation. Like it is a standard governing for this. We can simply say 𝐏𝐴 is just an it has a rules and regulation how JavaScript need to perform in the browsers. Okay, based on the rules and regulations only JavaScript is performing in the browsers. Okay, so engines are developed by these engines are developed by based on this 𝐏𝐴 only. So if I go for this wiki w3 school, you can able to see this. If I go for the versions of ES6, okay, I think because of the rain that climate it is affecting my internet. Okay, okay, so you can see the versions, right? So if I click the ES6, so what is ES6? ES6 is nothing but 𝐼GMA. Okay, so the 𝐼GMA rules and regulation, they update their rules and regulation. So based on their update, each and every browser update their engine to convert the code. Okay, so they will do it. And meanwhile, you can able to see they will give the browser support also. If I scroll down here, scroll down to the page. Okay, JS engine IG and H. Okay, so here they will give what are the like how the engines or like how the browser support is made and why the engines is not working and all. So here you can see right now the edge is not in the market, right? So we are not using like the Internet Explorer, we are not using it, right? So why it is that? Because like based on the JavaScript this ES6 updation, each and every developer browser need to update their engine. So if the ECMAScript standard release a new standard of JavaScript, then the Google developers update their V8 engine based on their standards. Okay, so that is what they will do. So based on that standard only it will be work. Okay, so you can see that in Internet Explorer this feature is not working, and in internet like in Edge this JavaScript feature is not working. Because why? Because those browsers are not updated to the standards. Okay, so that is the reason. Because this is of the reason we are not using JavaScript. Okay, so what is happening? The ECMAScript is built a governing body. So that based on the governing body, each and every engine is built again, and by using this, we can able to convert all our code similarly, and also the execution is also happening similar in all the browser. Okay, so that is what it is happening. So let's just give a quick recall for this. So simply JS, if someone asks you JS, it's going to be a client side work. Okay, it's just going to be a client side work, and just going to be JavaScript is going to be a client side work, and it does speak with the browser. just speak with the browser to manipulate the HTML and CSS. Okay, so this is the main work when JavaScript was introduced. Okay, so just do that. And we have this engine. So what is JavaScript engine? JavaScript engine is just used for engine is used for converting our JS code to bytecode, which means the browser understandable code. So we can say simply bytecode or zeros like machine understandable code. Okay, like this. So JavaScript engine is doing that. So what is mean by 𝐏𝐽𝐺? What is mean by 𝐏𝐽𝐺? So 𝐏𝐽𝐺 is nothing but it is a standard governing of the body. So based on the standard governing, the rules and regulation, based on the rules and regulation only, each and every engine, the developer engine, they are creating their own engine, right? So they are creating their own engine and they will converting the code. By using that only we are converting the code. Okay, so it is just, we can say, governing body of JavaScript. Okay, governing body of JS. So that is what the JavaScript is doing. So this is all about anything about JavaScript. Okay, if you want to become a JavaScript, if you want to learn JavaScript, then you need to focus on the basic concept. First of all, for front end, I'm speaking for front end, not for back end. Okay, so what are the basic concepts like you need to learn about? If you go here, you can able to see these things, right? So what is the syntax, variables, what all are the arithmetic operation, data types, functions, object, event, string methods? These all are the basics things that you need to learn. Some of the advanced things, the newly introduced ones are there, you don't want to care about that. You need to learn the basics things that is going to be common in all the programming language. You need to learn that. Okay, so that is the thing. And the second thing is going to be, you need to learn about DOM. If I say DOM, you just see if you speak about JavaScript in DOM, there is a separate topic is there, right? So what is mean by DOM? DOM is the API. Like by using DOM only, we can able to manipulate the HTML and CSS. Okay, so by using with the help of DOM only, we are manipulating the HTML and CSS. And JavaScript is a language to connect with the DOM, to speak with the DOM, to speak with the browser to change that. Okay, so these two things is enough to become a front-end developer, right? So but once you mastered this, if you want to go for a library, you want to learn a libraries or a framework, back-end development, then you need to learn about what is asynchronous JavaScript. Okay, asynchronous JavaScript you need to learn. And then this is for backend. It will be asynchronous process is really helpful in backend language. And once it is done, then you need to learn the ES6 concept for learning libraries, frameworks like React, Angular, Vue. You need to learn the ES6 concept. What is ES6 concept? It is called as a modern JavaScript, that ES6 𝐏𝐽𝐺 advanced versions. Okay, so they introduce new features and all, then you need to learn it, because based on the new features only, the new libraries and frameworks has been built. So you need to learn that. Okay, so this is that. Once that is done, you just want to learn some other things like warm operation is there, and we have some other extra works is there that you can learn it. Okay, so for becoming a front-end developer, you need to learn the basic concept, and you need to learn the DOM operation, and asynchronous process you need to learn, like this asynchronous process for back-end development, and ES6 to learn the libraries like React, Vue and all, you need to learn it. Okay, so these all are the concepts that you need to learn as a things. Okay, sir, your voice is not, now it's coming properly, right? Okay, how long it is? Oh, it is old message, sorry for that. Okay, so these are the things that you need to focus when it comes to JavaScript. Okay, so if you are really get into JavaScript, you want to learn the basics concept, and you need to learn about the DOM operation. So from Monday to Friday, coming Monday to Friday, we're going to have a 1 hour workshop from 8:30 to 9:30. In that classes, I will teach about the concepts like what is JavaScript and what is everything like DOM operation, how we can able to change it, how we can how we can do the dribble animations, and everything that we will cover in this classes. So if you are really interested, you can attend those workshops. It is going to be a 4 days workshop. We're going to cover it. And meanwhile, if you want to learn the advanced concept like how JavaScript is internally working and all, then what you can able to do, you can watch the premium, like the I think it's like we will conduct every Wednesday. We will live telecast the premium episodes, like it is called as Holo JavaScript. Okay, so you can able to watch the advanced JavaScript in our channel. Okay, so all these things are available. Only you give the subscribe button, you just click the subscribe button and bell icon, you will get notification what are the new things that is updated in our channel. So we're going to update all the project like JavaScript project, JavaScript beginner to advanced, and JavaScript new series, we're going to update it, and CSS project, and everything will be updated here. So please make sure that you give a like and subscribe for the channels, and then you will get an updation. So if you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. So we can wait for 1 minute and we can further go on. Okay, so just a minute. I will share, I think, whether you received the attendance form, or I will share the attendance form. Just a minute. Okay. So you have any other doubts, you can ask here. Now I will share you the attendance form. Yeah, the attendance form is shared in the chat box. You can check it out. Okay, so you can fill the attendance form to get your certifications. Okay, so for this 3 hours of boot camps. If you have any other doubts, you can ask in the chat box. Let me know if you have any other doubts. Okay, so sorry for the network issue that happens here because of the rain, weather problems, and for the current issue that I am having right now. Okay, so sorry for that. Okay, so and make sure if you feel this workshop is worthy, just give a like and subscribe, and feel free to ask any question in our WhatsApp group, and we will respond to you that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So just once you fill the form, just give me I'm filled like that. Give me a message. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have 5 more minutes, guys. We have 5 more minutes. We will end the session at 6 o'clock. So if you have any other doubts, you can ask me, and I will reply to that. Okay, so 5 more minutes. Okay, so for you, yeah. And once you fill the form, just give the message done. Okay, so and make sure that you are available for the next 4 weeks of JavaScript class we're going to conduct. Okay, so we're going to cover all the basic concepts. We're going to practically code it. Okay, so we're going to learn JavaScript. Right now it is theory only, how JavaScript and all. Okay, so if you attend this class, then it is like a continuous for your next 4 days of workshop. So I will teach, it's 8:30 to 9:30. So I will do that, and you can able to do it. And we also have boot camps, workshops, and so on, so things. So for further update, if you want to learn from TWD team, you can able to contact us in the WhatsApp group. And I hope you all have the WhatsApp group link also, so you will get an updation there. Whatever the support that you need to view from our side, we will help you that. Okay, so just WhatsApp there, and we will help you that. Okay. Okay. And also make sure we have the CSS classes also available, and we also have the JavaScript classes also available, and new series is also available for JavaScript. Okay, you can able to avail that also. Yeah, any other doubts you have means you can ask for it. So we have 4 more minutes, and we can, after that we can end it. So once you fill the form, attendance is done. Thank you. Thank you. You will receive, and for certificate, okay, so please wait for couple of days. Okay, so we will inform you once the certificate is done. You can receive the certificate maybe at a Monday or Sunday evening. Okay, so like that time you will receive it. Once we send the certificate, we will inform you in the WhatsApp group, or you can check the mail. We will send to through the mail only. Okay, we will send to that. Okay, so don't ask the certificates in the WhatsApp groups and all. Okay, so we will send you once we will send it that. Okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. Filled, thank you. Okay, everyone is filled. You will receive a certificate. Okay, okay, okay. And this is just a 3 hours of workshop only. So here it is a Kickstarter workshops only. So if you want to further learn, just attend the weekly workshops that we weekdays, in weekdays we are conducting that, and that will be really helpful for all. Okay, so please start doing projects in React. This is not, that's it, like the workshops is only for 3 hours. This workshops we will not cover the reacts and all. Okay, so the react, if you want a projects in react, then you need to learn, then you need to come for the weekday workshop. So this is for only 2 hours. Okay, so we will do only for 3 hours only. So the whole day workshop, 12-hour workshop only, we will cover the react parts and all. So this is just a 3 hours workshop. Okay, so for you want a react projects and all, you can check out the channel. We have in the last month also we have done the beginner to advanced React JS concept, advanced to master React JS concept, 5 days 5 React JS project also we have done. You can check it out that. Okay, the session is going to end at 6 o'clock. Okay, so this is just a 3 hours of workshop, not 12 hours of workshop. Right. Okay, guys, 1 more minute is there. Once it is done. So, like, I think the attendance form is already shared for second day, right? So, those who like only 2 attendance form is there, those who filled the 2 attendance form, that's fine. Okay, so you can receive it. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, I think no more doubts.